Welcome to the Sword Art Online Wiki, and this is your introduction to Sword Art Online Volume 18 Alicization Lasting. In this video we will briefly cover the timeline, main locations and key characters, as well as events of Volume 18 in general terms, and thus the video will feature spoilers from Alicization Lasting. Sword Art Online Volume 18 Alicization Lasting is the fourth and the final volume of Alicization's War of Underworld sub-arc. While it does continue the events from the previous volume without any time skips, only slightly less than 2/3 of the volume focus on Underworld itself. The remaining portion consists of multiple epilogue chapters, short portions of which are expanded upon in later volumes directly, such as in the Moon Cradle side story, as well as brief references in Unital Ring. The main events of Alicization Lasting take place in 3 different locations: the Ruins area, where Po subdued the entire Human Guardian decoy army with the help of Chinese and Korean players, the World's End Altar, and the Ocean Turtle. The bloodbath around the Ruins area had ceased temporarily, as the Prince of Hell had finally found the prized prey he was searching for, albeit only a husk of his former self. Disappointed by his discovery, the former leader of Laughing Coffin tried everything in his power to provoke the Black Swordsman to get back to his senses again. This led to some brutal and gruesome showcases of violence, which incited even more anger among Kirito's friends, as well as lit up a fire inside Asuna to fight for her beloved with everything she had left. Kirito, on the other hand, was completely oblivious to all the events transpiring around his husk, as he was busy dealing with the demons of his own past. Meanwhile, having avoided his second defeat in Underworld over the plateau, this time in his duel against Sinon, Supplizer was heading south to intercept Alice Synthesis 30 before she could reach the World's End Altar to eject herself out of Underworld. But just as she was about to capture Alice, the stars seemingly fell from the sky. One of them headed straight to the ground, while the other stayed right in between him and the Golden Knight. The star faded away, revealing what was inside: black hair, a black coat, a pair of swords, one of which was shining bright, while the other was as dark as the night sky. In the meantime, the scene was heating up on the Ocean Turtle too. While attempting to reinitiate time acceleration in Underworld, the invaders accidentally set the acceleration rate far past any safe levels without any chance of disabling it in a timely manner. Now, those currently using an STL on the Ocean Turtle only had a short window of time to log out before the acceleration began. Those who failed to leave in time would be doomed to spending centuries in Underworld without any contact with the real world or the ability to log out. Since they would not be able to retrieve Alice for themselves, it was time for them to abandon the mission. Although Critter had issues with murder, their orders were clear. If they failed in their mission, they were to run away, leaving nobody standing in their wake. Having overcharged the nuclear reactor on the Megafloat, their escape was now commencing. It should not have been possible for any human to reliably approach the reactor to save the Ocean Turtle. But there was one more person, no longer human, secretly present on the Ocean Turtle, always watching from the shadows and carefully observing the events unfold to see what his castle high up in the sky had started and where it would lead to. Kayaba knew at that point that it would lead to his death. Yet, there were still some things he cared enough about to make this sacrifice.
本当に困った人だな。こんなところまで来るなんて。
どうしたの？まだ朝早いのに。
After 200 years passing by in a flash, however, the Star King and Star Queen would once again wake up outside of their own realm, hoping to face the outcome of their act in the distant past. For more on Sword Art Online, make sure to visit the Sword Art Online Wikia, check out these other SAO Wikia features that we know you'll find useful, and don't forget to follow us at SAO_Wikia on Twitter for the latest news on the series.